Let's have a look at the Visual Basic Editor a little bit more closely. At this stage we've recorded 4 macros: format currency, merge vertical, remove grids, and convert to values. When I look up at the top of my Visual Basic Editor, I can see convert to values because I'm sitting on this sub-procedure. If I click here on remove grid, I can see remove grid appear up here. What this does is this is a procedures drop down, and when you click the drop down you can actually jump to convert to values, and now I'm in this particular sub-procedure. I can hit the drop down and jump to format currency, and now I'm here. So this is one way to jump to various sub-procedures or procedures, particularly if the code is very long and you need to jump to a procedure quickly. Another thing just to acknowledge while we're in here is when I'm sitting on a sub-procedure, perhaps convert to values, is there's 2 little buttons here in the bottom left of the Visual Basic Editor. There's Full Module View and there's Procedure View. If I click Procedure View, I'm only seeing the one procedure I'm in. And if I was to hit the procedure drop down and went to Format Currency, I'm only seeing that procedure. So this is a way of narrowing your view or narrowing your focus onto a particular procedure. If you want to see all procedures, you need to go back to the bottom left of the Visual Basic Editor and ask for the Full Module View to see all the procedures. I guess what I'm saying also is all of these macros or sub-procedures are sitting in a certain module. And to understand that, we really need to bring back our Project Explorer. So I'm going to go to View in the menu and bring back the Project Explorer. Control R is the shortcut key. These 4 sub-procedures or macros are all stored within a module called Module 1. I might also bring up the Properties window and give this module a name other than Module 1. If I go back to View in the menu, I can bring up the Properties window. And I can resize it so it shares this side of the screen. With Module 1 selected, I can go into the Properties window and give it a name such as Chapter 1. And press Enter. And now my module is called Chapter 1. One thing not to do is to name a module the same name as a sub-procedure, as this can cause problems if you have a sub-procedure and a module with the same name. The other thing you can do is people like to put things into different modules. For example, if I was to go to Insert in the menu, I can choose Module, and I can insert a second module. Here it is here. I can then go down to the Properties window and give that module a name. So I might just put Testing. When I press Enter, I have a module called Testing. Now when I'm on the Testing module, I can't see any code because my code is in the Chapter 1 module. If I click Chapter 1 once, I still can't see the code. So the idea is you have to double click a module. If I double click Chapter 1, I can see the code in Chapter 1. If I double click Testing, I can see there's no code in Testing. If you wish to move code between modules, double click Chapter 1 for example, and I could highlight the sub-procedure Convert to Values in all its statements, and I could cut that just using the cut button or Control X or right click, whatever you prefer. Cut that out of there, double click Testing and paste it into here. And so I still have this sub-procedure called Convert to Values, but it's in the module Testing and no longer in the module Chapter 1. So it's important to understand that your sub-procedures reside in modules, and you can have more than one module, and you can use the Properties window to name your modules. Now sometimes I want to send perhaps a piece of code to another file or to another person. I may want to email it. For example, Testing. I may want to email this to somebody. What you can do is you can right click Testing, or you can go to File in the menu and you can actually export the module or the file. If I choose Export File, it's going to save Testing, the module, as a basic file or basic file, a BAS file. If I just leave it with the name Testing and click Save, I've created a file called Basic. If I then deleted this module, so I can right click Testing and I can remove Testing. Do you want to export it before you remove it? I already have, so I'll choose No. I've removed a module. So you can insert a module by going Insert Module, and you can also delete a module by right-clicking and removing a module. If I now want to import that basic file or BAS file, then I'll simply go to File and I'll choose Import File. I'll choose the testing basic file and I'll choose Open. And I've just imported this module into this file. So you can easily export your modules out to basic files, and you can easily import those basic files into other Excel files.